It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, our authoritarian schools. I am an anti-authoritarian. I hate authority. I hate obeying authority. I hate being authority. There's something very undignified about the very notion of authority. I think something dehumanizing. I mean, I understand that we need managers, coordinators, organizers, that sort of thing, but I'm talking about authority, which has a very different sensibility about it. You collaborate with managers, but authority is above you. I regard authority as a necessary evil, but even so, as Noam Chomsky has observed, we tolerate far too much of it that simply isn't necessary. And maybe tolerate isn't the right word. There is a weird love of authority among many Americans, especially when they contemplate what authority does to other people. I am continually confounded by this, especially now, but also for most of my life. It's why I didn't last as a Republican, why I was doomed as a Southern Baptist. If your point of view glorifies authority, there's going to be friction with me. It's why I had to quit teaching back in 2004 after 6 years. The schools are too authoritarian, and as a former teacher, I have a pretty harsh critique of American education on those grounds. This is an old critique from me that I used to write a lot about back when I was a blogger. But the right-wing attacks on education ultimately became so fierce and unrelenting that I just shut up about authoritarianism and joined the debate to defend the system we've got. It's way better than anything the conservatives will replace it with. But after the pandemic, after the rise of American fascism, I think it's time to revisit my education critique. Radical historian Howard Zinn once referred to American high schools as little totalitarian institutions, and that's essentially the criticism in a nutshell. Not a lot of people know this, but our school system is based on the 19th century Prussian schooling model, which was for them intended to militarize the Prussian population, which it did resoundingly well. We adapted their approach for the creation of docile, obedient, industrial workers who don't ask a lot of questions, and our adaptation has performed exceedingly well. You know, just think about it for 2 seconds. You can get a high school diploma without being able to read at a 12th grade level, or hell, you might not even graduate at all, but you will definitely understand fully that there are rewards for obedience to authority and that there are punishments for disobedience. Boy, girl, and laying your head on your desk are two of the greatest lessons our schools teach. And everybody loves it. Everybody's gone through our authoritarian system. Everybody thinks it's the best approach to learning, this indoctrination to obedience and authority. So it's hard to talk about it. People just can't imagine things being any different. But we have to talk about it. I used to say that the worst thing about this authority emphasis in our schools is that they are culturally, wordlessly undermining the teaching of critical thinking. But that abstract notion has become urgent. A huge percentage of our population doesn't comprehend basic germ theory for political reasons. And between mask resistors and anti-vaxxers, we've lost hundreds of thousands of Americans from COVID. A huge percentage of our population doesn't comprehend basic civics or even the difference between democracy and fascism, and now fascism has come to power. Authoritarianism in the schools is some serious shit. We need people who think, not people who blindly obey. We must completely rethink our approach to education, find a way to learn without beating people down and lording over them. That is, if it's not too late. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.